George Best, the former Manchester United star, remains one of the greatest players to have ever played football in England, one of the most charismatic footballers of all time, a player with so many individual awards and trophies, a legend of the game of football, a master in his craft, a well-known figure in the Premier League, in the heart of Northern Irish supporters and Manchester United fans. Sadly, a flaw ruined him. He was an alcoholic. So who is this George Best? What did he do in the footballing world? How did it all end for him? Let's find out. George Best was a winger, a highly skilled winger to be precise. His footballing abilities were second to none. He possesses the skills to easily get past defenders. The former Irish international was a footballer that defenders feared because of his dribbling skills. No one wants to get disgraced. He was a pacey winger and could use both legs effectively, though he was a right footer. His ball control was exquisite. He could do almost everything a midfielder and attacker could do, and he didn't need the height to do those things. Let's find out how his career started. Manchester United scout back in 1961, Bob Bishop, recommended the Northern Irish man to Matt Busby. "Boss, I think I have found you a genius," he famously wrote in a telegram to the Manchester United manager. The talented youngster joined the club at the age of 15 and made his league debut 2 years later in 1963. Best was an immediate sensation in Manchester United's team. He began to showcase his natural abilities one after the other at Old Trafford. He was so good at Manchester United that he could create chances and score goals from impossible situations. He formed a great partnership with Dennis Law and Bobby Charlton, and they were famously called the Holy Trinity. This partnership won Manchester United trophies. After 11 seasons with Manchester United, he was sacked at just 28 years of age by the club for excessive drinking and failure to turn up for training sessions. After this, he moved around England, America, Scotland, and Australia clubs before he eventually retired in 1983. On the international level, George played for the Northern Ireland national team between 1964 and 1967. He made 37 appearances for the Irish national team, but never won any trophy for his national team. After all, Northern Ireland isn't even considered a big European club when it comes to football. He saw his international career as a recreational football because there weren't many expectations placed on the Irish national team, unlike Manchester United. Although the Irish Football Association has regarded him as the greatest player to have ever put on the green shirt of Northern Ireland. Outside of football, his lifestyle was the opposite. He lived an extravagant and reckless life. Due to his way of life, the Irishman became one of the first media celebrity footballers. Of course, his good looks also contributed to it. He was an alcoholic, a gambler, and a womanizer. He even attested to that when he said in an interview later on, "I spent a lot of money on booze, birds, and cars. The rest I squandered." This caused a lot of controversies when he was still playing for Manchester United, but there was little or nothing Busby could do about it because he would never give up alcohol. He even joked about it in an interview later on when he said, "I gave up alcohol and women. It was the worst 20 minutes of my life," he said. But what did he achieve while playing football? George Best created records and achieved many things as a footballer. In just his first season as a first-team regular, Best helped Manchester United to retain their league title in the 1964-1965 season. The 1967-1968 season was the best season of George's career. He became the league's joint top goal scorer alongside Ron Davies at Southampton in the 1967-1968 season. The Irishman helped Manchester United to become the first English club to win the European Cup that same season. He also won the FWA Footballer of the Year award and became the youngest player to receive that award. He scored 32 goals in all competitions that season, and at the end of the year, he was presented with the Ballon d'Or. For 4 seasons in a row, he was Manchester United's highest goal scorer. Also, he holds the record for the most goals scored in a game by a United player when he scored 6 goals past Northampton in the FA Cup back in an 8-2 win back in 1970. He scored a total of 178 goals in 466 United appearances. Overall, he won 6 major trophies in his career, but has a lot of individual honors and awards, some while he was still playing and others after his retirement. George Best is the first Manchester United legend to wear that iconic number 7 jersey. But how did it all end for him? His reckless lifestyle ruined him. He got sacked from Manchester United at just the young age of 28 because of his recklessness, and he never remained the same footballer he was again. He eventually retired at the age of 37. After retiring as a footballer, he became a football analyst shortly after, but he couldn't keep up due to his alcoholism. In 2000, he was diagnosed with severe liver damage. His liver was reportedly said to be functioning at only 20%. A lot of people believed that he shouldn't get a liver transplant because of his recklessness, and they argued that others were more deserving of the liver. He eventually got the operation in 2002. But that didn't stop him from consuming alcohol. He continued till the day of his death. He died at the age of 59 in 2005. He died as a result of a kidney infection caused by side effects of immunosuppressive drugs used to prevent his body from ejecting his transplanted liver. Indeed, his death was a painful one for the world of football. A talent who didn't end his career well, but do you guys think Best could have won more than one Ballon d'Or if he didn't live recklessly? Let me know in the comments section. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. It goes a long way in pushing the video up the algorithm and putting a smile on our faces.